Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rocio in case you don't know me, and today I will be talking and sharing with you how was my experience traveling pregnant. As many of you know, I am currently in my second trimester and we just came back from 2 months traveling. So that took 2 months of my pregnancy to experience the movement, and there's a lot of things that I've learned and I noticed about it. Many of you have been asking me also about the experience, the challenges, this and the other, so today I will be sharing, so welcome to this video. Okay, first of all, I want to say that in my case I started traveling almost at the beginning of my second trimester, which I really feel that it made it easier. In my case, in my experience, my first trimester was a little bit harder, so I think I wouldn't be able to manage the way that I did if I would have gone earlier, you know. First trimester for me, it was a lot of exhaustion. I was very tired and sleepy all the time, and I had some sickness and nauseous also, you know. So, but the second trimester I was feeling stronger and much healthier. Though I had my small challenges that I was able to at least improve them through the journey. So if you're pregnant and you want to travel, this is very important. You must travel with your documentation, your baby book, whatever you want to call it. I've been traveling with this. It's very important because it's where you have the register. Even I have like my different analysis test results that I've been doing. You know, I have them printed and I've been traveling with it. It's very important because especially if you go for a long trip. In our case, we were traveling for 2 months, so I only had to check once, and it was in Lusaka, Zambia. And it was very important to carry this with me. Also, if anything happens and you need to go to the hospital, even if it's not just for a regular check, in my case, like as I did in my case, you have all the information that is required. So very important that you travel with your documents. And also, if you can, maybe you have some documents that you don't have with you, you can ask to your doctor, the professionals that are assisting you, to please print them so you can have everything printed and travel with that information is 100% necessary. So in this video I will be talking about my experience, but traveling can be very different for many people. In this case, what we did, it was a very rough journey, like a rough travel, you know. Let me explain. We did the south of Africa by road, so that included a lot of hours in buses and sometimes smaller cars, and sometimes not the most comfortable. So I believe that I found my biggest challenge there. My biggest challenge was actually trying not to drink a lot of water in order to go to the toilet very often. We had to go through journeys of 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 hours by road. And yes, these trips, they have regular stops in between hours, you know, but sometimes this necessity to pee, especially for us, it comes very often. So I found myself avoiding to drink water, not to be in this holding for many hours. I believe I was choosing maybe spend time a little bit thirsty rather than holding my necessity to go to the toilets for hours. I feel that's more uncomfortable. And but yes, I must say that I found myself quite dehydrated many times for not drinking water in too many hours. Of course, I would drink little by little, and of course every stop that I had a toilet available, I was going because I needed it. But at the same time, I didn't want to push myself to be holding the necessity for long hours, especially when you're traveling by road. So I think I would say that was my biggest challenge. My biggest challenge was that. Yes, 100%. Another thing that is very important is the luggage. In my case, we were planning this trip long time before the pregnancy news came. So we had already prepared the idea of traveling with backpacks, right? A small one, but backpacks anyway. When in my case, I'm very used to travel with carry-on. I believe that if you're pregnant, carry-on is the best option, because at the end it's not good at all to carry stuff. And in my case, the situation ended up like with my partner Marwa just carrying both of our backpacks, and also you don't want to put all the pressure to other person, to carry your stuff. So I believe I must say also that in our case, for the kind of trip and places that we went, if I would have had a carry-on, it would have been a struggle. So it was very good that we had the bags with us. It made it so much easier, but I wasn't carrying my bag most of the time, like for very short periods of time. Otherwise, my husband was carrying my bag all the time. If you are going for a short trip, flying to a very comfortable place, maybe modern, anything, and there's no problem about carrying a carry-on, that would be the best thing. If possible, the one with 4 wheels that you just push and it moves. You don't have to do any kind of, you don't have to force yourself to carry anything heavy. The rest between location and location was very, very important at some points. Sometimes traveling for many hours in a bus, it can be very, very, very tiresome, more than just being on a place, walking around and sightseeing, So it was very important to have sometimes one entire day to rest in a bed when we were arriving to new places. So that was very, very needed, very, very needed. Like at least every let's say maybe between 3 or 4, or maybe every week at least, we needed to take one day off of traveling. Not just me, also my partner was very tired, but I believe I was double tired in this case. So yeah, nutrition is very, very important. I found myself very much in need of having a good heavy breakfast, and I used to be someone that only has like very light breakfast, even not breakfast at all, because doing intermittent fasting, but now I I had to come back to waking up and making sure that I was having a very good breakfast that would give me energy. I couldn't skip that. And then a good lunch again. And my dinners were very light, sometimes no dinners, sometimes like a snack or something, but at least a very good heavy meal during the day. Because sometimes we were traveling, for many hours, so it's not that we could stop in a restaurant and find something nice, but we would always buy a lot of fruits. From bananas, that gives a lot of energy, apples when we were finding citrus like mandarins, things like that, we would always carry with us, or even buy, here in Africa the buses were like stopping in little markets, and we would always get some snacks, some fruits, mostly fruits. Like once in a while I wanted like some salt chips, but we would always choose like real food, a good fruits, something nutritious, and not any processed or fast food that doesn't really give me any nutritional value, but just a little bit of flavor in my mouth for a little bit. To be honest, I believe that I was in a very good moment of my pregnancy to travel, which is I was, let's say, between the 10-week and 2 months from there, right? Because now that clearly my belly it's growing more, I find it a little bit more difficult to stand for many hours. Sorry, we moved the camera. Okay, I find it more difficult to stand for many hours. I feel like my belly is like stretching and it's not that comfortable. I feel like now I need more rest than what I was needing at the moment where we were traveling. So I believe that we did it in the perfect time. I would still be able to travel now, but more in a comfortable way. Like, not what we did at all. I think it will help you a lot if you are already an active person, someone that does sports, take care of their physical body. It will make it easier, because in my case I was feeling very healthy, very energetic to do everything. But the truth is we didn't walk a lot, It's very normal to, when you go to a new place, you are a tourist in a new place, you walk, and you walk. In this case, we would use a lot of transport to move from one place to another, and maybe our walkings were smaller, but very much needed anyway. Like in my case, I love walking, and I know it was good. It's a good thing to walk also, so it's important to do any activities, some kind of activities during the whole process. So yes, it was good to walk, but I didn't walk too much because I was noticing that I would get tired easier than before, in my regular life. In my regular life, like, I was able to walk for hours, and not this time anymore. I would do it again. Yes. Do I recommend it? Yes, absolutely. If you feel healthy, if you feel like you have the energy, traveling while pregnant, it's totally possible. In my case, I've been receiving during the journey like a lot of comments like, hey, you should be at home, things like that, etc. But like, you should be at home, and that's not true. I believe that you must be doing things that makes you happy, and as long as you feel that you can do it, go for it. I felt myself extremely ready, like there was no chance that I would have chosen to stay home instead that doing my passion, traveling, moving to places, even though it was hectic, even though maybe I feel that it was a little bit of challenge for this condition, but I felt super good. It was also beautiful to see my changes, it was only 2 months, but there were a lot of changes. And yes, I recommend it. Of course, everything with a balance. We were on the move for the 2 months, there was nothing like such an entire week of rest, but we would take those small, maybe one day, not to get out of the hotel room, just to chill in bed, get out only to get some food, and that's it. That was also very important. But otherwise, if you feel healthy, if you feel you have the energy to do something like this, and in my case, I believe that it was pretty rough what we did. It was an extreme trip. In our case, traveling by road, so many hours, very difficult road sometimes. But maybe if you are planning a trip that you will just go to the airport, take a flight, arrive there, and everything will be easier, it's gonna be way more easier for you. So I do recommend any woman that is pregnant and it's maybe scared of traveling, of moving, as long as you carry all your documentation, so you can always be ready to, in case that you need it, as long as you feel that you can do it, that you have the energy. I absolutely recommend to do something that you can enjoy, that you can do something that it will make you feel happy and enjoy life. That is very important during pregnancy. So yes, I would recommend this. Yes, I would do it again. I would still travel in different methods, but it is actually on the plan. So yes, guys, this is a short video. I wanted to share some of my experiences. I feel those things are the most maybe memorable for me, that I believe that I can share and it may help to others. So I hope that this video gets to the right people, to the right women. For you that you say, I don't know if I should travel, I don't know if I should move to another place, I don't know if I should take a plane I don't know if I should fly during pregnancy. In flying, there's no problem until you reach the 7 month. From 7 months up, many airlines companies may have some restrictions. So maybe if you need to travel during that moment, maybe you can avoid it, or if you really need to do it, you will need a medical certificate that allows you to travel on a plane after the 7 months. But before that, always being careful, do whatever that you enjoy the most. Of course, being very careful. Of course, this is another thing that for sure I had to miss. For example, let's say in Namibia, I visit the Namib Desert, and one of my dreams about going to this place, it was doing sandboard, which is a stream sport that I've done snowboard before, so I have experience in a very similar sport, but never on the sand, only on the snow. And I was really visioning the day that I will reach Namibian desert to do some sandboard, and in this case I couldn't do any activity that was risky. So everything was soft for me. It was a soft tourism in my case, but 100% I was able to do it, and I enjoyed it very, very much. So little baby has already traveled 10 countries already, and is not even here on this world yet. So this is it for this video. Very short for what you're used to on my channel, but I hope I was able to share the most important things that I saw about it. I hope I don't forget anything, but maybe it always happens. And leave me your comment down below if you're a woman expectant and you think you think you're not able to do something like this, to travel while expecting, or if you were scared about to do it, or if you have experience traveling even with more advanced pregnancy than me. I would love to know. Let's share together. And thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. Thank you.